Good morning, students. In previous video session, we have discussed about conservative force and non-conservative force and the difference between. Today, we are going to discuss a new topic, that is motion in a vertical circle. Motion in a vertical circle. Assume that a plane object, a vertical plane is there. In that vertical plane, we are keeping a mass. That mass we are tying with some string and allowing to rotate along with this vertical plane. And we are finding the speed of the object, velocity at a different point we are going to find out. For that, imagine a mass of a body. You can consider a body of mass m. Assume that this is a body of mass m, and we are tying this mass by using an inextensible massless string. Inextensible massless string means it is like a guitar string. So guitar string we all know that, no? So that is inextensible and it is massless string. So like we are tying an object on that string, one end of the string which is attached to that vertical plane, and we are allowing this to rotate. Now the length of the string is equal to the radius of the circle which is producing. So we can find out the velocity and all. So now we can discuss the motion of this object with the free body diagram. You see here the mass object, this direction what are opposite to this. This is what inextensible string. This inextensible string is used to tie this object. So there will be tension this direction. So downward mg. Now here it is making an angle theta. So this mg is splitting into two components, mg cos theta and mg sin theta. This mg sin theta is to balance this one and mg cos theta is to balance the tension. So this mg sin theta, it is what? The tangential acceleration. And this direction centripetal acceleration. Always when this object moves in circle, there is an inward acceleration, centripetal acceleration. Now you can find out the motion by applying Newton's second law. Newton's second law, you can apply the Newton's second law here. We know the law, what are F equal to ma. First we can apply this for tangential acceleration, this direction. So here force is mg sin theta, mg sin theta, mg sin theta is equal to m at. Now acceleration, you see this tangential velocity of this object is this direction. Tangential acceleration which is opposite of, so you can write mg sin theta equal to minus m dv by dt. dv by dt, that is what? Derivative form of acceleration. So here at means tangential acceleration, we have taken what? Minus dv by dt. Minus dv by dt. The same, you can keep this as equation 1. Now you can find out you can find out another equation by applying the Newton's second law in this direction. So here also F is equal to ma you take, when you are taking F is equal to ma. This direction what? Centripetal acceleration. So centripetal acceleration, AR you can take. Now you see tension this direction, mg acting this direction. So tension opposite to this tension mg cos theta equal to m v square by r. What is this v square by r? Yeah, r we can find what now? V square by r. That is what here. Here what are? Centripetal tangential acceleration or retardation. That's what we are giving, minus, which is in opposite direction. That is what the tangential retardation we can tell. Here centripetal acceleration v square by r. So this is what we got from this. Now to find out this motion, we can separate this circle in 4 sections, A, B, C, D. So the circle is segmented in 4 sections, A, B, C, D. So easily you can find out the motion. And based on these two equations, there are some conclusion given here. There are 4 conclusions given or fact given based on these two equations. So we can divide this into 4 sections to study the motion. In that first equation, you see mg sin theta is equal to minus some dv by dt. So here it is telling that from this equation, the first thing is we can identify mass. This mass is having tangential acceleration. You see here, that is the first factor. Based on these two equations, this mass is having tangential acceleration g sin theta in all the direction except theta equal to 0. That means, you see, when the mass is in any position of this area in this circle, if the theta is 0, then we cannot say that the mass is having tangential acceleration. Theta is 0 means if the mass is reaching this point, now the tangential acceleration, then the theta will become 0, then there is no tangential acceleration. Except this theta equal to 0, all this area, what will be there? Mass is having tangential acceleration. That is the first point. And the second point is, based on this equation, you can tell that this velocity of this velocity and the tension. Velocity and the tension is not constant, you can tell. Because you see the theta value is differed here. When this theta value is differed, when it reaches 0, this position, the tension is changing. So the velocity also will change. That is what the velocity and tension is not constant. That is the second fact. In page number 187 it is given, there are 4 factors. First one is mass is having tangential direction in all the direction except theta equal to 0. And the second one is, simply you can tell, this tension and velocity is not at all constant. And the third point is, from this equation, P is equal to mg cos theta, you can write P is equal to this minus mg cos theta, take that side, so plus mg cos theta plus mv square by r. So from this equation shows that this equation shows the segment of motion in the section A and D. So this equation T is equal to mg cos theta. Mg cos theta means it is acting this direction. When this mass reaches this point, this mg cos theta and sin theta will change. The direction will change. So this equation shows that what are the T is equal to mg cos theta plus mv square equation shows that the motion in these two sections A and D. So during the motion in between this pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Pi by 2 means what? 90 degree. From 90 degree to when the mass reaches 90 degree to this. So 90 degree to what? Another 90 degree. That is what? Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Always theta value will be positive. Cos theta will get what? Positive value. Positive value means 0, 1. This type of value we will get. But the equation, next equation, so this is what third point. The fourth point is from this equation t minus mg cos theta equal to mv square by r. This equation shows t minus mg cos theta. So it shows what? Opposite to t. Opposite to t what? This mg cos theta. That means when the mass is this point, tension will be that direction and mg cos theta downward direction shows these two sections B and C. Here in this equation shows the motion of the particle in the section B and C. Also we will get the theta value what in negative. Cos pi by 2 cos, from that cos pi by 2 to cos 3 pi by 2. In this case you will get all negative value, 0, minus 1, that type of value. It is what the fourth factor based on these two equation. First fact is what? First fact is what? Mass is having tangential acceleration in all the direction except so this is a circle. This is mass is attached here. So these are the four section A, B, C, D. In except 0, this when the mass is reaching here, theta value will get a 0. So except all these area, you will get what? Mass is having tangential acceleration. That is first one. Second one is what? Second one is this velocity and this tension which is not constant because this value is changing, this component value. And the third one is this equation T is equal to mg cos theta plus mv square r, which shows what? The motion in the section A and D. They are all cos theta value what we will get? A positive value. And the last one is t minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square by r. This motion shows which section? B and C. There what are? All theta value cos theta we will get a negative. Now we can consider any 2 point. Here if you see this diagram, consider any 2 point, one highest point, one lowest point. In this section, one lowest point, highest point. Here acting mg, here acting what? Velocity 1. Here acting mg, here acting tension. Here what? Velocity 2, this direction. And here this acting what? Tension, this opposite. This you can keep T1, this T2 because this is position 1, this is position 2. This position you can take highest point, this position you can take what? Lowest point. From this diagram, now we can consider the object which is in, we are finding the motion of the object from 2 points, one lowest point and one highest point. The first one for the lowest point. For the lowest point 1. For the lowest point 1, this is the lowest point now. T1 is acting opposite to mg. So the Newton's second law we can write F is equal to ma saying we can write T1 opposite to mg. equal to m. A, ma means what? V square by r. The same formula, F is equal to ma only we are writing. Force, this direction, total force, and a means v square by r, centripetal acceleration, this direction. So we can write this equation T1 equal to m v square by r. Here what we can take? 1, velocity 1 plus mg. This mg taken LCM. This you can keep equation number 3. Equation number 3. Next one is for the highest point. This point. Here you see tension and mg which is acting in the same direction. So you can take a tension T2 and mg which is acting same direction. So plus equal to m v2 square by r, velocity. There v2 velocity. Now T2 equal to what you can write down? M v2 square by r. This plus mg becomes minus mg. This you can keep equation number 4. Now what you can do is subtract equation 3 and 4. Subtract equation 3 and 4. So T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2 equal to what? First you write this mv1 square by r plus mg minus this equation you write. Minus here plus and minus becomes plus. So mv2 square by r is minus into minus plus mg. This is what a subtraction. Plus mg plus mg. Plus 1 mg plus 1 mg. It becomes what? Plus 1 mg plus 1 mg becomes plus 2 mg. So T1 minus T2 equal to mv1 square by r plus minus mv2 square by r plus mg 2 mg. From this equation, you can take this m by r outside now. So T1 minus T2 equal to m by r v1 square minus v2 square plus 2 mg. This you can keep equation number 4. This you can keep equation number 4. What? T1 minus T2 is equal to m by r, v1 square minus v2 square plus 2 mg. You can see equation number 4.34. Now we know that according to law of conservation of energy, total energy at the point 1 will be same as the total energy at the point 2. So energy at this point and energy at this point should be equal. So we can find out the energy. So according to law of conservation of energy, what? Energy at position 1 is equal to total energy at the position 2. So first we can find out the total energy at position 1. So for here, what is the potential energy? Potential energy at the point 1. Here any potential energy? No potential energy. So 0. This you can keep on U1. U1 is equal to 0. U is potential energy and kinetic energy at position 1, kinetic energy at the position 1 what is equal to half mv1 square. Then total energy at position 1, 0 plus half mv square is equal to half mv1 square. So you know that kinetic energy formula half mv square. Instead of v, we are putting what v1 square. Here potential energy. The object is at the down, lowest point, so there won't be any potential energy. Potential energy is 0. Total energy 0 plus half mv1 square. Now you can find out the potential energy at point 2, U2 equal to what? Now the object is at the position highest point, so there will be some potential energy mgh. Here h is equal to what? This much height from the position 1. This is radius r. This is also radius r. So r plus r 2r. So height is equal to 2r. So you can write U2 potential energy at position 2 is mg into 2r is equal to 2mgr. Potential energy at the point height at the point height h, this much height from position 1. So this height is what? R plus r 2r. Now kinetic energy at position 2 is equal to what will come? Half mv2 square. Now total energy at position 2. Total energy at position 2, you can add potential energy plus kinetic energy. The same here. U2 plus kinetic energy at position 2. So what will come? Total energy at position 2 equal to 2mgr plus half mv2 square. This is what total energy at position 2, total energy at the position 1. According to law of conservation of energy, total energy at position 1 and is equal to total energy at position 2. So this one is equal to this one. That's what? Half total energy at position 1 is equal to total energy at position 2. So half mv1 square is equal to this. You can rearrange and write half mv2 square plus 2mg. From this equation you can take this half mv2 square opposite side. So half mv1 square minus half mv2 square is equal to 2mg. Here half common, take it outside. M also common, take it outside. So half m taken outside. v1 square minus v2 square equal to 2mg. M cancel. This 2 will go here, cross multiplication. So v1 square minus v2 square is equal to 2 into 2, 4gr. This is equation 5. So v1 square minus v2 square is equal to what? You will get a 4gr. Now what you can do is, we got this v1 square minus v2 square. You can substitute that value in equation 4. Equation 4. So you will get the difference t1 minus t2. So listen. Substitute equation 5 in equation 4. So T1 minus T2 equal to m by r into v1 square minus v2 square is equal to 4gr. So 4gr plus 2mg. R cancel. So T1 minus T2 is equal to 4mg plus 2mg. 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6mg. T1 minus T2 is equal to what we will get now? 6mg. This you can take equation number 6. Now it is easy to find out the minimum speed and at the position highest point and the minimum speed at the lowest point. So now you can find out the V1 and the V2 easily. The thing is, when the object is at this point, the highest point, there will be some minimum speed. If there is no minimum speed, what will happen? There will be some slack in the string. If there is a minimum speed, that's what it is moving in a circular path. Otherwise, if there is no minimum speed at the highest point, the string will get slack. So we can take the tension during minimum speed T2 is equal to 0, because when the object is at this position, tension 2 we can take what? 0. So minimum speed at highest point you can find out first. Highest point means first we can find out the V2. So from this equation 6 you can take the equation equation 4. Okay, take equation 4. So from equation 4, T2 equal to 0. T2 equal to 0. So take this equation 4. 0. T2 is 0. M V2 square by R minus mg. Now take this from this side now. So m v square v2 square by r is equal to mg. M cancel. So v2 square equal to this r will go here gr. So v2 is equal to root gr. Now we got the velocity of root gr. Now you can find out the minimum speed at the lowest point. Minimum speed at the lowest point. So minimum speed at lowest point. 1. This is highest point 2. So we already found the minimum speed at the highest point V2. Now you can find out the minimum speed at the lowest point V1. For that, what you can take means you can take this equation V1 square. So from equation 5, V1 square minus V2 square, we can put this value here. V2 is root gr. V2 square means what? Gr. V2 square is gr and V2 is root gr. So instead of this V2 square, you put gr equal to 4 gr. Now minus gr take that side up. So V1 square is equal to 4 gr plus gr. So V1 square is equal to 4gr plus 1gr, 5 gr. So v1 is equal to root 5 g. This is what the velocity at the point 1. v1 is equal to root 5 gr, and the velocity at the point 2, v2 is equal to root gr. So from these two equations we can find the motion. How you can tell this velocity at the lowest point? Velocity at the position 1 is root 5 times greater than what? Velocity at the highest point. This is what before it told the second fact. Velocity is not constant here. You see, the velocity at the position 2 is root gr. Velocity at the position v1 is root 5 gr. So velocity at the lowest point is root 5 times greater than the velocity at the lowest point. So this is how we can find the motion in a vertical circle. So this is a derivation. You can take a page number 189, 187, 188, 189, 190. This 4 page, it is one of the important 5-mark question, and you can solve this today. This is your homework. You take your notebook, just to do this problem and check where you got your doubts and tell me. So you see, first we can apply the Newton's first law, Newton's second law, and find out the equations. Then we can find out for lowest point, for highest point. Then you can apply the energy theory, energy conservation theory. Finally you can find out the velocity at the highest point and velocity at the lowest point. And these two equations proving that what it is proving, velocity is not constant. Velocity at the highest point is less. Velocity at the lowest point is root 5 times greater than velocity at the highest point. And you can mark this page number 187, 88, 89 and 190. So thank you all. Bye bye.